Hi,
Good afternoon.
hi, how are you?
I'm all right. Hi, Teresa, right?
Yeah,
Hi, Teresa. I'm Johnny. Nice to meet you.
yeah, nice to meet you too.
All right, good, good, good. So, give me 1 second. I'm going to
Yeah.
prepare everything so that we can start. All right, let me share my screen. All right. Uh, is this the first time you have online classes, or did you have
No,
online
actually,
experiences before?
I have online English classes in my lab year in Acciona twice a week with Vaughan.
With what?
I don't know if Vaughan is a company.
Oh,
I
man.
don't know if you know. You don't know nothing about Vaughan. I don't like the method, but it's very famous.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
I'm not aware of that company.
Yeah, and before this, I attended to Escuela Oficial de Idiomas in Madrid for 7 years, I think. Yeah,
Nice,
yeah, yeah.
nice. And what happened? Why didn't you continue with that?
Because I think that in Escuela Oficial de Idiomas is really good if you want to learn about grammatic.
Hmm.
But from my point of view, you need learn how can you speak more properly with a English teacher. I think I don't know, but it's my view about the Escuela Oficial de Idiomas. It's really good because I think that I have a very good level grammatical speaking. I think, but listening comprehension really good too, but not in speaking.
Right, so I see. It's the actually doing it, the actual
Um,
practice, the actual talking, the actual using of the language is you think that you need more of that, right?
yeah.
All right. So, is there any accent in particular that you are interested in learning, or it's okay if we use American accent or British accent? Which one do you prefer?
I prefer British accent and actually I live in Frankfurt. I decided to move to Frankfurt 5 months ago because my boyfriend live here. And for
Mm-hmm.
me, it's really nice because I can speak English all the time. I don't
Mm-hmm.
want to learn about German. For me, it's so difficult. And I need to pass a test because I want to work for a European Union, and the job interview is in English next October, I think, more or less. So I need to practice my English, my conversation.
I see. However, you're not preparing for an exam. I mean, an official exam right now with the academy, right?
Yeah,
Did you? Okay, okay, I see. So, are you going to take the C1 from Cambridge, or which one do you want to
sorry,
take? Which exam specifically do you want to take?
no idea. I mean, o sea, if I don't know if you are talking about my test for the European Union or talking about, I'm sorry, I don't understand you.
It's alright, it's alright. There are several English tests, official tests,
Okay,
like the
yeah.
TOEFL, like the
Ah,
IELTS, like the
no, no, no,
CELTA,
it's not
APTIS.
necessary. I'm talking about my test for the European Union is in Spanish, but at the end there will be a job interview in English.
I see.
So I don't need any certificate, nothing. No,
Okay, 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 okay. Got it, got it, got it.
yeah,
It's your own kind of test.
yeah.
Nice. All right. So let me tell you what we are going to do here today.
Okay.
We are going to learn more, a little bit more about each other. So I'm going to tell you about myself, right? I'm going to tell you about my background, my hobbies, maybe, or where I live, etc., etc. Right? You're going to do the same, maybe. We are going to do some small activities to see in what areas we need to work on. All right. Then we are going to
Mhm.
give each other some feedback. And by the end of the meeting, we're going to maybe have some questions that we can ask to each other. All right? Pretty
Okay.
simple, I think, and should be should be manageable. All
Yeah.
right? Okay. So let me tell you. Let me start. With my country. I live in Argentina. I'm from
Mhm.
Argentina. I live in a very small province in the north of Argentina. The province is Formosa. It's not a touristic place, so maybe you haven't heard about it so much because it's not suitable for tourism, but it's perfect for retirement. Perfect, maybe. There are a lot of green areas, a lot of outdoor activities. Maybe you can walk around, etc. See the animals. There are many animals reserved here. People are hardworking. However, we have a governor who is like a little dictator. We have problems with the governor right now. But anyway, apart from that, it's a lovely city. It's very small, you know. It's not as big as Buenos Aires, maybe, or Cordoba, or any other, touristic destination in Argentina. But it's peaceful. I have a master's degree in English. Sorry, I took the master last year, and I should have graduated, but I had a problem with one subject, and I have to retake that subject. It's a technical issue. I have to retake that subject. It's a matter of formality, so that they will give me the certificate by the end of the year. I already did the masters. I did my bachelor's degree. I have my bachelor's degree already in English teaching. Um, I started teaching in 2015, around 2015, or by the end of 2014, the beginning of 2015. I started on my own, teaching people online and in the city, face to face. I have students from all ages, kids, teenagers, adults, doctors, dentists. They have a lot of meeting in English. And they go to travel a lot, dentists and doctors.
Nice.
They have they are well sounded economically, so they like to travel a lot, and they go to these exotic countries, and they want to learn how to communicate with other people. So I have students for that too. I am new to the academy, however. I'm only 3 years in this academy. So now I have people as a student, mostly from Europe, like yourself, I imagine. You are from Spain, right?
Yeah.
Right. So, um, I used to live in Buenos Aires. I went to live there when I was 18. I left home. I left alone. I decided to become somebody, like we say here. We used to say, now it's a little, it's not a well phrase anymore, but we used to say hacerse hombre. So I left home alone, to become a man. Ahora
Yeah.
ya no se acepta mucho esa frase, ¿no? Times change. But I did it when I was 18. Now I am more than 40. Um, I have two sisters. One of them lives in Italy. She's 10 years older than me. The other one is 1 year older than me. She lives in this city. I have a mother who has many health issues. She had a heart problem. She's a cancer survivor. She has diabetes, and she have many other disease. And she's at that age where she starts forgetting things. Sometimes she goes outside to buy things and she forgets where she is, and she forgets where she lives.
Yeah.
And she cannot walk a lot. And when she forgets where she is, she calls me and I have to go and pick her up. So she cannot live alone. Somebody needs to live with her. That's why I came back to my hometown and I stayed in this house because in the end I never married. I used to have a girlfriend. I used to have a relationship. I used to have everything in the capital city. My own apartment, well, with my ex. Everything was good. There were talks about marriage, but that didn't happen. Well, I didn't marry. I don't have kids. I used to have a cat, but it ran away 2 weeks ago. So, what else can I tell you? All my friends are in the capital city, so when I'm not teaching, when I'm not working, which by the way, I also work in schools. I go to teach to schools during the classes, during the scholar year, which didn't start yet. It's going to start maybe next month. Because of the university, for this reason that I told you about, that I need to do it again. So I work in schools. I go to the university twice a week. When I'm not doing any of that, I just stay at home. I don't have friends in this city. All my friends are in the capital city, so I
Cool.
stay at home. I watch movies. Maybe I watch football. I like football. Like we are Argentine people. We love football. I watch series. I like rock music. I like country music. We drink mate and tereré, as you can see.
Nice.
Um, and that's it. If you have any
Okay.
question, feel free to ask me.
Uh, No, actually, so you live in Argentina, so you speak Spanish. Well, Spanish, I mean,
Yeah.
you really understand Spanish when Spanish people talk, no?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Super. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, and now you have a very relaxed life, no? I can imagine in comparison with no.
Yeah. We could say
Bueno,
that. Yes, I had uh, many different kind of jobs when I was in the capital city because I needed to do almost anything and everything just to survive. I didn't have anybody's
yeah,
support. You know, I
yeah,
didn't have I didn't have mommy. I didn't have any
yeah.
relatives. I couldn't count on anybody, so I have to do everything that I could, and I did
Mm,
it, and it was difficult. I did it for 12 years.
yeah.
Anyway, yes, those were, in my experience, difficult times. But now that I got this job, I used to be a graphic designer, so that was a little bit more
Mm,
relaxed. But it was very competitive. So
mm,
now that I'm doing this, is different. It's way different, and it is more relaxed. So
yeah,
yeah, we can say that. The money, however, it could be better. Could
yeah,
be. We still have a
yeah.
long way to go in that sense, but yeah, yeah, we could say that. So tell me a little bit more about you. Tell me about your background, your goals for the future, what you like, what you don't like.
First of all, I come from Extremadura. This is a small area in the south of Spain. I don't know if you know something about Spain.
Only
Extremadura is
by
close
name.
to Andalusia in south.
Ah.
And later I decided to go to the university in order to study in Salamanca because this is in this city has the most famous university in Spain.
Mm.
Later, after my finish my degree, I decided to go to Madrid in order to starting my own or starting working. And I used to live in Madrid for 18 years, I think. I work as a human resource business partner in a multinational company. And if I, no, 6 months ago, I decided to leave everything and to move to Frankfurt. So can you imagine my life here, not working, only studying for the European Union? Everything is so different now. I mean, I'm a little bit crazy because now I am 41. I'm not younger anymore,
Yeah.
but it's good. I mean, it's different. My life is so different now.
Yeah. Do you like how your life is now?
It's different. I mean, I used to love my job because I am a very no, I
Ac-
don't know how to say active
active.
person.
Yes, active.
Sorry, active person. Now it's totally different. I mean, it's a lot of pressure because I need to study a lot every day, but it's very different because I don't have a boss behind me
Right.
shouting, or I don't know. I mean, it's really different. But I prefer this kind of life, less stress for me.
Hmm. All right. Give me 1 second. I think my
Yeah.
cell phone is ringing. I don't know where. Give me 1 second and
Nothing.
then tell me about your goals for the future. Okay. 1 second. All right.
Okay.
Tell me about the future. Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
Yeah, my future. I picture myself working for the European Union. I don't know in which department yet, and living in Spain, of course.
I see.
This is yeah. I mean, the life in Spain is much better. I mean, it's only 6 months from no, desde since I left here, but I think that it's much better to live in Spain. So, in 2, 3 years, first of all, I need to pass the exam. Then, living in Brussels 2 years, and finally, move to Spain. More or less, this is my my future,
Crazy.
my yeah future plan.
Nice, nice, nice. I get a picture now of your future. All right. Um, when it comes to having English classes, tell me what do you like? What don't you like? You said you have some kind of experience in that area before. Right now that we are going to have some classes together, tell me what you like in the terms of, these kind of interactions with the teacher and what you don't like.
No, no, for me it's totally, I mean, whatever you want. It's for me the most important is to improve my English, and you are the teacher, so you decide about, I mean, how the classes have to be. I don't know.
All right, so let's say that we need to practice some kind of grammar. Are you okay with, learning grammar, or is grammar something heavy for you?
Not heavy, but I think that I learn a lot of grammar in Escuela Oficial de Idioma. For me, it's more comfy to talk, but no problem at all. I mean, if I need to learn about a new grammar, it's
Mm-hmm.
totally okay. Yeah.
Excellent. Good, good, good. I asked this question because, sometimes there are some things that would require some kind of grammar aspect, and some people don't like grammar. you know,
Yeah,
they,
no.
they prefer just speaking or following some kind of, more flexible or less structured, kind of lessons, and they feel bored when we speak about grammar. But yeah, sometimes it's necessary,
Yeah.
you know. I'm not saying that's your case because I still don't know, but we will see.
Yeah. Totally.
I don't think they are gonna need it much. either way. But let's see anyway. So okay, good, good. Now that we have learned a little bit more about each other, let's do some small activities. I want you to look at the images on screen. There are three images with people doing some specific activities. I would like you to choose two of them and describe them, compare them, and answer the question that you see above. Why might the people, in the images, be doing these things together? Choose only two.
Oh, wait, I don't understand. Why is it what? Number 1C. I don't know. I'm not really sure about the question. I
The
mean,
question
if it's
is,
possible to do this kind of activity alone. I don't understand the question.
well, think about the people in the images and think about why they are doing those things together.
Because it's more fun, no?
Maybe, maybe
More
there is
fun
other
and
reason. Maybe, you know, fun is not just
more
the
fun
goal.
because I think that all activities can be doing alone, no? Play the guitar, ski, puzzle. This is the second image. I don't know.
The first one is it seems to be some kind of expedition. You
Oh,
know. The second one seems to be some kind of learning how to cook, maybe, or cooking something,
I'm
preparing
good. Okay.
something, right? Well, and the third one is is a band, it's a music band.
Okay. Because it's not possible to do this kind of activities alone, no? In a band, we need a battery, guitar, blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
Cooking, I think so. You have to do this activity alone, and the first one because every person is in charge of something. I don't know, in charge of something.
Think about it. Think about it. The idea is that you describe the images and compare them. Why? I mean, what aspects are similar? Where are the differences? And how those description can answer the question. This activity that we are doing here requires a little bit of creativity, maybe, and speculation.
I'm not really creative person, so I need to help. I no idea. I have no idea.
Okay, first of all, tell me which two images are you going to choose?
Uh, 1 and 3.
1 and 3. So the expedition, maybe it's an expedition, and the other one, the music band. In the first one, there seems to be no limit to the number of people, right? If we mention something, it's very arbitrary. We see 5 people in a music band. The number of people in a music band will depend on the number of instruments. You're not gonna have a band of 20 people, for instance, but
Yeah.
maybe you can have a group of 20 people going to a mountain. You know, maybe it is a scientific expedition or research. Maybe it's just for fun. They are just going to mountains and skiing in mountains, high altitude, and it is very known that if you go to those places alone, it's going to be very dangerous. Right? It's not recommendable you go alone in those kind of places. It's very dangerous. If something happens to you, there's nobody around you to rescue you, to help you, to assist you, right? So you need other people just in case, to help each other. If it is a scientific expedition, well, they might be doing this together because they are a group of scientists and every one of them has a specific task, probably, right? Specific things that they go there for. So they cannot do it alone. They need each other's help, each other's support. In a band, you said before, maybe you can play alone, right? Or you need people to play in a band. You cannot play alone. Well, you can do both,
Yeah.
right? You can do both. You can be in a band with other people. Everybody plays a different instrument, or you can be your own band. There are videos on YouTube where one person is playing several instruments. You know, they record themselves playing different instruments. They put all of them together. They create their own music. Those are very skillful people who knows how to play a lot of instruments. I
Yeah.
I can only play guitar, and that's it. I don't know
Nothing.
how to play any other instrument. But there are people who can play, you know, the bass, the guitar, the keyboards, the bass. They create their own music, right? So maybe the boys in the third image are playing in groups together because, like you said before, maybe it's more fun like that. Maybe they don't know how to play any other instrument than the one they are playing actually, right? Also, if you are one man band, your creativity is limited. You can only play and create what you can create. But if somebody else has a different idea, maybe it's something better, something new, something that can add to your idea, maybe you can create a more awesome song, you know, or incorporate things that you didn't think, right? Somebody else thought about it. Maybe you enjoy that kind of dynamic.
Not.
So this is how you would use an image and use your description in order to answer the question. If you're going to take an exam that is related to English in some ways, maybe these kind of activities is something that you're going to find, right? In many kind of exams, these kind of things is essential. Now we have a second question. How might the people be feeling? Let's go back to those two images that you chose.
In the first image, maybe scared, and the
Hmm.
third image, fun, no?
Why?
Yeah, because it's a band. Probably they are going to act or performing in a party or something like that. In the first image, because they don't know about how can we find. I don't know. It's dangerous. I mean,
Hmm.
the weather.
Okay. All right. All right. What about this one? In which of these situations do you think the people benefit most from being together?
Uh, I think that in the first one.
Why?
because every people can find one problem or one solution, and you can learn about how the other people can be fix or solve this kind of problem or discovery.
Mm-hmm.
I think. Um, yeah.
Can you rephrase that? Can you rephrase that idea? Can you tell me in different words?
In the first peak, I think that people need the knowledge from the other people in order to solve problems. So I don't know, or maybe to the contrary, people need another people in order to new discovery or something new. I don't know.
Okay, I got the idea. And in the other one?
In a band, I think that is in order to learn about people use or play another different instrument that you play. I mean, it's like, oh, I play the guitar, for example, but my partner or my colleague play another instrument so creative or so amazing in order to learn about how another people play another instrument different from yours.
Alright, so how did we connect that to the feelings?
The feeling between one image and another is totally different. In both you need people in general in order to, I don't know, find, I don't know, uh,
Imagine
people in order to know more about, no.
imagine you are in both situations. One time you are there, you know, upon the mountain, going somewhere, there is a lot of snow, danger, etc. You are with a group of people, it's very cold. In another time of your life, you are maybe in your garage with your friends playing music. You play your instrument and the other one plays their instrument. Would you feel the same way in both situations?
No, in the first situation is more professional. It's like a authentic job.
Hmm.
And in the third situation is fun. It's
Hmm.
leisure time or something like that. Is enjoy.
Hmm. All right. Okay. In this part that follows, we have a prompt, a central prompt, and some surrounding prompts. It says, here are some things that people often have to make decisions about. Speak about what people might have to consider when making these decisions. You have 15 seconds to think before speaking, right? The central question is, what might people have to consider when making this decision? We have choosing a university, starting a family, moving to another country, finding a job, and getting married. So take 15 seconds and think, and then you can start.
Okay.
Voy por un poquito de agua si me permites,
Claro.
mientras piensas. Okay, ready?
Regarding to choosing a university, I mean, from my point of view, you have to be super sad about what do you want to do in the future. I mean, you work as a teacher, as a doctor, it's really important to be. O sea, mm, what do you do in the future? Starting a family, I think that there are two important points. If you have enough money, first of all, if you want to be a mom, if you are ready for this, because I think that is a controversial topic and it's totally okay. Moving to another country, oof, it's difficult because I mean you can you can't or you don't know nothing about another country until you live in this country. So it doesn't make sense to ask this kind of question before, from my experience. Getting married is easy. I mean, so you don't need ask nothing. Only if you are fall in love or no, or if you really love the people who use your life. Finding a job is not about you. It's about if you are a good qualification and a really background and really experience before. I mean, you can choose. You can decide about this. It's a company. You can have a very positive attitude, but it is what it is. I mean,
Right.
you can decide about this.
Right. Okay. If you had to choose, in your opinion, which of these activities would make you be more stressed out? In terms of the kind of things, the number of things that you need to consider, which one would stress you out the most?
The most difficult to decide or the most important for me now?
No, 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 no. Let's focus on stress.
Stress. Okay,
Stress.
stress.
When you have to decide
Es-
something, which of all of those different situations would stress you out the most
Yeah,
when you have to decide about it?
finding a job and starting a family. I think in my case, I didn't think about starting a family, so I don't know, but I can imagine that it's really hard or difficult.
Hmm.
But I think finding a job and starting a family.
Why those two options?
Finding a job because if you are finding a job because you really need it, I can imagine that you need money, you need, I don't know, I can imagine. So that's
Hmm.
why that I choose this and starting a family because it's a big step in your life. And I think that this is a very stressful situation because you have to consider a lot of things. I mean, starting a family is children. So have children, I think, no?
Yes, not only.
Yeah. Yeah,
Um,
not only, but
I mean,
for
start.
me, getting married and starting a family, getting married is maybe you can or not have children, but starting a family is mandatory, no? Because you have to build a real family. No?
Yes, I mean
Yeah.
that. I mean, it depends. I mean, if you want the best for your child, then yes, you need to be together. I mean, you need to have, you need to be with your partner. You know, the way that I see it, if I may, starting a family. I mean, having children. mm, It's not something that people should do alone.
Yeah.
Because there are people who just want to adopt a child, or maybe They are in a relationship, they have children, and they divorce or they separate, and they say, I'm going to take the kid, and the kid is going to be fine with me. He doesn't need the mother, he doesn't need the father or whatever, you know and they decide to raise their child alone. They think that it is something that one person can do. Again, if I may, I think they're not thinking, about the child. They're not thinking in the child. you know, and I can speak for my own experience. I was raised only by my mother. No, we didn't have a father. He was not there. So my sisters and I grew up without father, and there were moments that we needed that father figure. And I can imagine the opposite as well. If you are a child who is only living with your father, you may need your mother figure, in many situations. It's not something that one person can do. You cannot be mother and father, and you cannot be a father and a mother, you know,
Yeah.
especially when you have kids of different sexes, right?
No.
So I think that both sexes needs to be. I think it is a life project. It is something that you need to do with somebody else. It's a project. You shouldn't do it alone. But that is just my opinion. Some people say they can do it alone if they want because they don't need the other partner. That's their prerogative. But I think that if you really think about what is best for the child, you need to have the other side as well. You need to be with your partner. But again, it's just a personal opinion. Anyway, so when you speak about starting family, you are not only talking about children. You also talk about life with the children and the mother or father. So it is like three
Yeah.
points that needs to be together at all times. So it is the dynamic. It's very difficult to maintain, but not impossible. Not impossible. Anyway, yes, finding a job is something that you can do alone, right? And it depends entirely on you. It's your decision, what you want, where you want to be, whatever makes you happy. If you are comfortable with your decisions, with what kind of job will bring to your life, what it would allow you to do and what it won't allow you to do. So, but that is more like a private project as well. Um, so maybe there you have a little bit more of flexibility. You know,
Yeah.
nobody's going to tell you what job you are going to have. It's your decision. So there are different kind of decisions, and I assume that both of them would very much stressful in their own manner. All right. Let's skip this and tell me this. Here are some proverbs, phrases that people use, to express ideas just with a phrase. The first one is time heals all wounds. The second one is good things come to those who wait. And the third one is it's better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all. Which one do you agree and which one do you disagree?
I totally agree with the second one because good things into those who wait. I'm very impatient person, but I think that is totally right.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not really sure about the meaning of the one, the time heals all wound. I don't know.
Wounds. Time heals all
Wound.
wounds. El tiempo cura todas las heridas.
Ah, okay, yeah, 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 yeah. Totally okay, yeah.
It's true.
Yeah, I think so.
So let's say that I kill your brother, and then 10 years later I say, hey, hello, how are you?
I don't understand you. What?
Suppose that some moment in your life I have an issue with your brother, and I kill your brother. I kill
Ah,
your brother. Then 10 years later, you know, we meet together again and I say, hey, hello, how are you? How is your life going? Is everything
I'm
okay
not
with
talking
between us?
about specific. You don't need to say hello or say goodbye.
Mm-hmm.
Someone who killed your sister or your brother or something like that, but in your head, maybe I don't know. It's in peace.
Yeah, but would you forgive me? Would it be everything okay between us?
Mm, no, not for
Mm,
me.
exactly. So it didn't heal. You had a wound, it didn't heal.
Yeah,
Even though 10 years has passed. And that was just an extreme example. Maybe it's not about killing anybody, but maybe
yeah.
I we are a couple, husband and wife. I cheated on you one time, and I say it's not gonna happen again. Will everything be okay after that?
Yeah, I understand you.
Hmm. All right. And the third one?
No, it's not. I don't know. I'm really sad about the meaning. It's much better. I mean, it's not really my thing, but it's okay.
These are just random questions, about different topics. It's just designed for you to speak. If you have a strong opinion, maybe you would speak a lot, and if you speak a lot, maybe there are things that we can recognize in terms of parts of the English that we need to improve. When it comes to the meaning of that sentence, es mejor haber amado y perdido que nunca haber
Okay.
amado en absoluto.
I don't know. I mean, maybe yes, because the feeling of loving someone is really nice.
Dice, es mejor haber amado y perdido, ¿no? Eso es mucho mejor
Yeah,
que nunca haber amado jamás.
I don't know. I think that is much better because the feeling, like I told you, the feeling of loving is nice.
But you're gonna suffer in the end.
Yeah, yeah. I prefer this.
All right. Okay. Fair enough. All right. Good. So we don't have time for all these other extra activities. They're just there if we needed to, fill some time. But we don't need it now. So let's go to the feedback. Let's go to the feedback. Let me change my screen. So do you see my screen? Can you see it?
Yeah.
All right. So these are some sentences that I could, capture. Some things that you said that maybe we can, check it together. So you said, I don't know why can we do it. Or mejor, what I think, what can we do it? Why or what can we do it? What do you think could make this sentence better?
I don't know how we can do it. No?
How we can do it.
I don't know. I don't know how, cómo, sí. I don't know. No, yo no sé cómo podemos hacerlo.
All right. All right. Excellent. So what is the difference between what can we do it and how we can do it in terms of the grammar?
Grammar. I don't know. No idea because my sentence it doesn't make sense. I mean, I don't know how.
Uh-huh. Yes, leaving aside the meaning because both of them are different meanings. So let's focus on the grammar. Uh, we have can we in this part and we have we can in this other part.
Hmm. I think because it's easy to. I don't know. It's totally. I mean, it doesn't make sense. So I don't know.
All right, in the
What's that?
in the original one, this one, if we say it like this, we would be saying it, incorrectly. Because
Yeah.
when you put the auxiliary before the subject in this way, especially if you have a WH word, it's the structure of a question, and this one is not a question. So instead of doing in this way, you can just invert the order and say I don't know what we can do it, or what we can do, or how we can, right? And let's put in the verb after the subject. All right. This is a very common mistake that a lot of people make, especially when they use WH words.
In
Because
my
they're
case, for example, if when I speaking, because for me, I mean, I can write this because it's totally.
all right. And the second one, maybe one people
Yeah,
need
maybe
another
people.
people.
No, people is plural. People.
Exactly.
Ni one, ni another. Yeah.
So since people is plural, and
Maybe some people.
I think you were trying to talk about individual things.
Yeah, maybe one person needs another person.
Exactly. Exactly. So let's reserve people for plural, and person for the singular. Otherwise, it doesn't make much sense if we say it. All right. You have to be sure about what do you want to do. Same.
No, you have to be sure about what you want. No, it's not necessary do or here.
Exactly. We don't need you
Yeah, yeah,
do
yeah.
here.
Yeah. Grammatically, for me, it's totally. I mean, but speaking is another. No.
Yes. Like I said before, it happens because we are using a WH word, and it's like something triggers in our head
Mm.
that makes us, use the question form instead of the statement form, and it's very common. Then we have, if you want to have a family, is too much important. What do you think is?
Important, no?
Hmm?
Si tú quieres, if you want to have a family, no, families, I think that is, wow, plural, a family like, if you want to have family, it's not a family, it's very important, blah, 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 no?
The problem in that sentence, in that phrase, is the word to.
Yeah, it's very important. It's
Yes.
so much important, but not true.
You could use very, you could
Mm-hmm.
use quite, you could use
Mm-hmm.
really, or you can just use so. Right?
Yeah,
So
because two is
important.
for negative, no?
Exactly.
Hmm.
Too much is demasiado. So
Demasiado.
it's become something bad. It becomes something
Hmm.
negative. I don't think that was your intention, right? I think you were trying to give a certain degree, but inside the positive spectrum,
Hmm.
right? So, to when you use the word to makes it negative. So maybe you could say if you want to have a family, it's very important, or it's quite important to do this and that, right? Okay, good. Next, you don't know nothing about
You
another
don't know
country.
anything, because you can,
Exactly.
yeah, yeah, mm,
We cannot have two
mm,
negatives.
yeah.
So instead of saying nothing, we say anything. Good, good catch. It's about if you're good
It
qualification.
is about, it is about if you have, no, I have, is
Yes,
have,
if you have, right? Or you can say it's about having,
having, mm,
exactly, having good qualification, right? Those are your
mm,
options, but if you are good qualification, didn't sit right.
yeah.
So those are the kind of things that I do with my students. You know, when they speak. You know, they are not focusing on the grammar part or the vocabulary part or some other areas, um, because they rely on the teacher for that. So I capture these kind of things to help you identify maybe patterns. You know, when you make patterns that you don't realize, like the WH question form, right, kind of thing. Some people don't realize they are making some kind of mistakes very often, and when we do these kind of things, when I give you a topic or a question to answer, you just speak from your experience of your opinion, etc. We identify kind of things that we need to work or that we need to change, or we can improve. Maybe you're not making any mistakes. Maybe it's not about making mistakes. Maybe it's about making it better. You know, take the simple and make it more complex or more eloquent or more professional sometimes. Maybe it's about that. So we will see that during the classes. So this is
Okay,
the kind of things that we can do. Since the grammar part is something that you already studied that, you already have it. You know, so we're not gonna have too much grammar. We're gonna have only grammar when we need it, if we need it. But there will
okay,
be a lot of talking. Maybe we can improve vocabulary, pronunciation, expressions, maybe idioms. These kind of things that will help you a lot. Uh, Transforming something that maybe right now might be a little bit rusty into something more fluent, right, and more natural.
yeah,
Does it sound like a good idea?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right. So that was my feedback. I would like to hear yours now. What do you think about this first encounter? Did you feel good? Was it
Yeah.
what you expected? Was nothing like you expected?
No, 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 especially because like I told you before, I attended Escuela de Idioma for a long time
Mhm.
and English classes during for 3 years. So yeah, 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 nice. I mean,
Great.
yeah, for me it's perfect. Yeah. Mm,
Good, good, good. So, in the next class, I think it's tomorrow.
yeah, I have a question for you. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. I need to change. I don't know if it's possible. It's not possible. It's okay. The class Tuesday next to Thursday at the same time. I don't know if it's possible for you. O
You
sea, Monday, Tuesday, no, Wednesday and Thursday. Because my classes, my English classes are Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday at 3. And I need to change the class for tomorrow.
the way that I understood is that you have classes on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesdays.
Yeah.
So you are saying that one of those days you need to change only for this week or next week, or
Only for this week. I
and
mean,
then
the
we're going
class.
to have Monday.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Monday, Tuesday, and
and
Wednesday.
Wednesday. Okay, so which one, tomorrow or Wednesday, is it the one that you want to take?
Tomorrow, for me is much better. Thursday, not Tuesday, sino
Okay.
Thursday.
Okay. So yes, I think there is no problem if we move
Okay.
tomorrow's class to Thursday.
So tomorrow no class. Wednesday yes, and
Hmm.
Thursday.
Only for
Okay.
this week, I understand, right?
Yeah. Only for this week. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
No problem. Even if you want to make it something, fixed,
Okay.
I have no problem with it either.
Okay.
All right. So that means that I'm going to see you on Wednesday,
Exactly.
same time.
At three.
Okay. Good.
Okay. Thank you.
Then
Thank
see
you
you
for
on
everything.
Wednesday.
And I'll see you on Wednesday. Bye.
No problem. Bye bye.
Ciao, ciao. Bye, bye.